Hello everyone and welcome back to CodeWithTinodra. So this is the third part of building a resume with HTML and CSS. So this is how far we have come. In the previous video, we built our work experience and our skills. And on this video, we're going to go through the tools. We will have also languages, education, and interests. So without any further ado, let's dive in. Now let's have another section for our tools. So let's say section, and let's give it a class of tools. And in here, we're going to have this same heading. We can copy it from the skills. Let's paste it. And we can change the text here to say tools. Now, going back to our style CSS, let's add that HR to also, actually what would be the best is our HR inside the heading. Yeah. So let's say dot heading HR, and let's give it this style. So let's delete that. Let's go back to our page and let's see how it looks. Did I save the file? So index.html.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I haven't gone live yet. Okay. Okay, now this seems to be working. But our tools are showing here. So, how do we handle this problem? What we can do, have these, so skills and competence, on another div. So let's grab these there, so that it would be on the right side. Now let's give some margin to the top of tools, for width, let's say 100%, and we're going to give it some margin at the top. For that, let's say 4 rems, and it's looking okay. Now going back and actually writing our tools, let's have a div, a list, and let's have say 10 items that, let's say VS Code for 7 skills. And also after each one, I want to have a span and a pipe character. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I can have the pipe character inside the li tags. Finally, our last. Back to our page. Okay, this is okay. Now let's go ahead and style these. So at dot tools to L, we're going to have our list displayed as flags. Save, back to our page. We want it to not wrap. Want it to wrap actually, so wrap, let it wrap better. Now let's copy this line, and we want to style our li tags. So for that, the margin right, let's give it an 0.3 times maybe. Actually a bit more, 0.5. I think this is okay. Now let's remove that span from the last one. Now let's say tools ULLI span, and let's color our span. So let's give it a color of red. Okay, it's looking much better now. And you can go ahead and add tools or even skills, work experience as needed. Now let's go ahead and have our languages here also. So for that, Let's head back to our index. Let's grab this section, then this here. Let's have another section. And let's give it a class of languages. For this, we can also copy our...
Whoops, there it goes. Yep, my brain stopped.
Heading, and let's say languages. Language, maybe? Languages. Yes. For the languages, I'm going to have, let's say, 3. So let's have a div, maybe a list. 4 languages. For the first one, say English. And after that, we will have a span, our level. So for English, let's say fluent. Let's have Spanish, another span, let's say back to our page. Okay. As it seems, now we will need to have more, something strange is happening, where our padding is gone. So back to our body. So let's increase the margin at our body. Let's say 10 rams. Okay, this is okay. I actually wanted it to be a bit more. I think no, it's 12. Okay, we can work with this. Now let's go ahead and style our languages. So let's say dot languages. Margin top will be 4. Okay. Now copy this line. So languages UL LI. We're going to have them displayed as flex. Also the L will be displayed as flex. Let's get the UL, let's say display flex. Okay. Then let's say flex wrap. Want it to wrap. Nice. Now for the LI, let's also say display of flex. But here the flex direction will be of column. Okay. And let's have some margin. All sides of 1 rem. Okay. Now let's target our spans. So let's say span. And here we want them to be of less font size. So let's say font size of 12 pixels maybe. Okie good. These are way too long. So let's remove that. For Spanish, let's say moderate. For Arabic, let's say beginner. Okay, better now. And we also want to have these spans, want to give these spans a color of red. And as we can see, this is starting to look much better now. So let's go. Basically, this is almost finished. Now we want these to be aligned to the left. So for that, because we gave the LIs emerging on all directions, they are not the most left. So top, right, bottom, and left is going to be 0. Okay, now they are aligned to the outmost left. Actually, when I see it here, I want to have a bit more margin to the left. So let's say 2 rems maybe. That's, I'll live with that, I think. Maybe 2.5. Let's keep it even at 3. Okay, now they are overlapping. 7. Back to 2.5. Okay. Now let's move on to the third part, and let's do the same thing that we did for the skills. So here, let's grab this whole section, our work experience section, and let's put it inside another div. And here, you're going to have another section, and let's give it a class of education. And we're going to have the same old heading. And instead of skills and competencies, let's write education. Okay. For that, we can have a div which do, let's say, software engineering at uni. Actually, the first will be what we graduate on. After that, let's save on age 3, be the name of the university. University of Earth. Let's give it a basic name. And for the last, we will have our GPA. So the GPA of 3.60. Okay, back to our page. As we can see, these have appeared, but instead of, let's have this as H4 and this as H5, because we want them to be smaller. Maybe I want too much, so H3, 4. That's okay. Here, let's say bachelor in software engineering. The margin that is disappearing from the body is troubling me, so let's have it as pixels instead. Not working. Let's have the height here as 100%, maybe. Okay, I see. The max height didn't do much for us, so okay, let's go ahead and style these. Back to our page. Say dot education. Where wrote this? I wrote that with a big E. Good. Save. Education. And here we have an H3, H4, and a span. Education. Okay, this 3 times. I mean. H3, H4, and the span. For the H4, which is the university, I want it to have a color of red. And for the span, I want that to have a color of gray. Actually, this one. So a transparent gray. Okay. Page looking. So for the H3, I want to reduce its font weight. So let's say 500. Better. Also for the H4, we're going to do the same. So let's give it a font weight of 500 also. And maybe 4. Okay, looking better now. And right here, we're going to have a date, which will tell from went when, or if you are still present at that university. Let's go ahead and add that. So after our div, have another div in here. This one, do we see date, experience duration. Okay. Actually, on second thought, let's have these three on a div. This one can stay without a div, just like we did here. Instead of that, let's say education duration. That. Let's go and see how it looks first. Okay. Now we need to give a class. Yes, so for that, let's do education. Oh, for that, let's have it displayed as flex. And then let's justify the content space between. Looking much better, but we want this to be smaller. So let's search for duration. See what size we gave it to that. And because these two are the same, what we can do is rename them both to duration. So I'm going to rename this class to duration. And let's bring that to the bottom. And whenever we have used duration, we will have only duration there. Duration. Let's find and replace experience. There's only one left. Okay. Crash, and as we can see now, all of these are styled appropriately. Okay, what we want to change this date. Duration, let's have it at start. Let's say we started in January. And we started at 2016 and finished on of 2000. Okay, this is looking nice resume. Now one thing that is bothering me is that these have way too much of space there. So let's change that. Have a margin top of 4. Tools, let's change that to 3. Languages, change that to 3. Container. For headings, have margin bottom of 3. 2. Looking okay now. Now, after we finished our resume, what we can do, let's open a terminal. I already created the repository. So let's do git add all. Let's do git commit. Message will be part 3. And let's push all this code. So git push main. Okay. Now that we have the code, let's head out to our GitHub page. Now let's head over to our resume project that we just pushed the code. And what we can do now is go to our settings and pages, and we can select branch main and save. So in a short time, we will be able to see our page being deployed. So as you can see, after some time, we can view our page live, and here it is. So our resume website is now successfully deployed to our GitHub. And this is really amazing because you can change this anytime you like, style this however you want, add experiences, skills, tools, anything as time goes on, and you can have it deployed for free at GitHub pages. So this will be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed making the resume with me, and hopefully this is helpful to you. Having a resume web page, I think it's amazing. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.